So, welcome to some yoga. And that's what we're going to call it. I'm not going to be overly definitive. All I'm going to offer you is 45 minutes of movement. So, traditionally, I would do my classes live and occasionally record the odd one. And that's kind of what you've seen on the channel before. But this is just recorded, it's just me talking nonsense to a screen. So, what it is going to be about 45 minutes of guided yoga. And you're welcome to play about with it as you wish. Add extras in, take bits away. It's really just what the nice part of this is someone's telling you what to do. And we all kind of need that guidance every now and then. There's going to be a bit of work for varying levels. So remember to choose what's good for you and what's good for your body. There will be no editing. You will see mistakes, and that's completely fine. You will make mistakes, and that's even better. You're learning. So let's get started. What I'm going to ask you to do first is put yourself into a child's pose. What that means is taking something that looks like all fours, hands and knees. We'll allow the hips to sink back. You have the knees wide and the belly soft, or perhaps the knees come closer together. Either way, all I want you to do is take 5 breaths here. Or maybe in some position like flying flat on the belly. Either or. 5-ish breaths where we just allow the mind to wander. And then start to bring the body into focus where what you're really thinking about is yourself. And then we're going to shift that focus to your body. Take a breath in as you rise up. You're going to make your way to all fours. So, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. From there, we took the toes. We're going to work into what's known as a cat-cow. So we round back, drop the head, and then arching through the spine. Push the belly down. Tilt the pelvis. Feel the butt twist away. I'm going to ripple 2 more of these, rounding. Perhaps the exhale. The belly can push down as we inhale. Then one more. And then down. From here, we're going to take a gentle rock forward, bringing some weight into the wrists, and then pushing back. Weight towards the forward and back. Kind of getting used to the wrists bearing some weight. And then from there, I'm going to work to loosen the hips slightly. So extending your left leg out, toes pointing forward. I want to find a stretch through the inner thigh. From there, it's a rock back and forth. Then again, bring that knee in, work to the other side. Right leg out, find that inner thigh stretch. And then gently back to all fours. From there, I'm going to keep your toes tucked. I'm going to rise up onto your knees. We're going to be here for. We're getting a little stretch down the soles of the feet. Engage the butt, find a lift. Take an inhale as we lift the arms up and overhead. Arms can be straight up, or maybe on interlace fingers. From there, take a little lean to the left, and then up and over to the right. Big breath in. Then releasing. Hands go behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Take a big breath as we lift in. And exhale. Down. And then releasing. Bring your hands to the floor once again. We're going to tuck the toes, perhaps taking them a little bit wider as we lift to your first downward dog. Looking for length in the spine, so we're pressing the floor away. That paddle through the heels. Just having a little wiggle into your body. Maybe back and forth. And when you're ready, there's a paddle forward with the feet. Just hanging nice and heavy. Next breath will allow you to ripple up all the way to sleep. So when I cue a breath, it's guidance. It's not sacrosanct. You might breathe out at a different time. You might breathe in at a different time, and it's absolutely fine. Either way, all we're trying to do is join breath with movement, giving some focus. So it's a good time for a drink before we go into your little sun salutations. I'm going to give you 3 levels. You can try them all, you can pick with one, and you can continue whichever one you want as you go through the practice. So I'm teaching you my version. Although the swirls differ slightly, this is how I like it. So you're going to bring yourself towards the front of your mat. I don't care if your feet are together or they're hip distance. I prefer hip distance because I'm thicker of thigh. What I want is your toes to point forward. They're beating life into the feet. You stand tall. Squeeze your backside for the heaviness through the shoulders. We're doing 3 rounds of these, and then it's resting. So big breath in, lift the hands up, and we look to the thumbs. Exhaling, folding, fingers to the floor. Take a breath in as we lift and flatten the back. Exhaling, hands down. Step back, find plank. Little breath here. Then when you're ready, you're going to drop the knees. Untuck the toes. The next exhale will bend the elbows as you lower to the floor. And inhale to lift the chest. Pull the shoulder blades back. Exhaling, ripple over the knees and up. Find that downward dog. We're looking for this inverted V, so the hands will push the ground away. Find the height in the hips, and perhaps softness with the knees to get a little bit more oomph. About 3 breaths here. When you're ready after that 3rd breath, the knees soften, you look to the hands and step forward. Into that forward fold. Exhaling to let it all go. A breath in to lift and flatten. And then another exhale. Big breath in, push the ground away, reach the arms up to the sky. Look to those thumbs. Next breath out, back to the start. 2 more rounds. Breathing in, hands lift. Exhale to fall, fingers towards the floor. Breathing in, find flatness in the upper back. Exhale, hands down. Back to your plank. So you're welcome to drop the knees, or maybe this time, with an exhale, you're floating all the way to the floor. Inhaling, lift the chest. So this little baby cobra, or actual cobra. From there, ripple back into up, finding downward dog. Keep that breath filling the belly in and out, pressing the ground away. You're going to be looking between the feet. When you've had those 3 breaths, you soften the knees, look to the hands, and step forwards into that forward. Excellent. A breath in as we lift and flatten the back. And then an exhale, let it go. Big breath in. Push the ground away, reach the arms up. And then exhale. What we're really looking for is a kind of fluid movement. It almost might seem continuous rather than a stop-start. Until I tell you to stop-start and constrict myself. That's fine. So stand tall. Exhale to ground. Breathing in, hands up. Exhale, we're folding. Breathing in to then lift and flatten the back. That exhale places the hands down and it's back to your plank. Just remember, the knees can go down. You can float all the way to the floor. Or perhaps with an exhale, you're going to go to this low plank. That classic chaturanga. For inhaling to lift into your up dog. Exhaling, rise, hips high. Remember, your hands and feet can move. You're not stuck in one place. So find that lovely inverted shape. 3 breaths. When you're ready, the knees will drop to the floor. We can find that child's pose. And just settle down. So often child's pose is used as a rest posture, and we'll kind of use it through a class. You also have the magic ability to actually just stop and start a video. We take this time just to kind of regroup. Make sure that we're finding the breath. We're not exerting ourselves too far. When you're ready, we're rippling up, finding that all fours again. We're going to play with a different sort of gait pose this time, that inner thigh stretch. So again, it's left foot out. Find that little inner thigh sensation. We're going to mix in with a twist. So keeping your right hand down, we're going to inhale. That left hand reaches up. Next breath out. We can guide elbow to floor. Or maybe you want to slide it under and drop the shoulder. This kind of twisted, threaded needle. Before unraveling. And then drawing back to all fours. Other sides. Find that inner thigh stretch. Hands and knees. Lifting. Hand. And then exhaling. Elbow to floor. Sliding hand underneath. You can stay here or maybe lower. There's some tension in the hands and in the body. We aren't just collapsing into the floor, as nice as that might be. Or we unravel back to all fours. Then we're going to rise, downward dog. A breath here. When you're ready, you're going to take your feet as wide as your hips for walking your hands backwards. Beautiful. Working into a little bound forward fold. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Take the first two fingers around the big toe. Take a breath in as we lift the chest. And then with an exhale, we're using the arms to pull you deeper into that fold so the elbows drift to the side. Breathing deeply into the belly. Feeling it fill. And then with an exhale, perhaps we can go a little bit lower. Breathing in to fill. Excellent. Looking for that sensation through the hamstrings and maybe lower back. It shouldn't be the worst thing you've ever done. And then when you're ready, that next breath, release the big toe. Take an inhale as we lift and flatten the back. Exhale here. Inhale, squeeze up backside and rise standing. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to work our way to the front of the mat. Maybe take a drink. And here, traditionally, we do a sun B salutation. We are going to do sun B. I'm not going to teach the classic version because I don't like it. It's that simple. What we are going to do is take the foundational movements that we need, and that we like, and that we want, that are good for the body, and work with them. Okay? So what I want is you to bring yourself to the front of your mat. Take your feet slightly wide on the hips, turn the toes out. The first position we're going to end up is chair. And for chair, we take a breath into the belly, push the hips back, find that bend of the knees, and we're lifting the arms up. Good. Maybe the palms want to face each other. Maybe you want to turn down. It's entirely up to you. Take one more big breath here. And then exhaling, hands to the floor. Find that lift of the hips. And then from there, step back, finding plank. Looks familiar. Drop the knees, all fours. Beautiful. From there, left foot forward to left hand. Take an inhale as we draw the body up and hands overhead. Maybe interlace the fingers. Exhale, push the hips forward, find that chest tilting back. Little crescent lunge. Next breath in. Hands down. We're back to knees or plank as we vinyasa. Down. Up into a back bend. Exhaling downward dog. Taking one breath here. or rippling forward, plank. Knees drop to find waffle. It's rightly this time, right foot forward. Inhale, lift. Find this lunge. Hands up. Interlace fingers if you wish. And exhale alone to push the hips forward, the chest tilts back. Then releasing, hands to floor. So we're getting back. Practice the knees or to plank. If you want to do it for the knees, you just lower. Then lift. Rippling back into up, downward dog. You can get 3 breaths here, 3 breaths in child's pose. Whatever you fancy. Soften the knees, look to the hands, and we're all meeting in that forward fold. We're going to come out a slightly different way than we came in. So with the breath, we're lifting halfway. Find that flat back. Exhale here. Inhale to rise forwards. This is where we start again. Allow the feet to turn out if they need to. Big breath in, hips back, hands lift into chair. Holding for an extra breath. Exhaling, hands down. It's back to your plank. Drop the knees. Then again, left foot forward. Inhale, hands lift. I'm going to keep them apart this time. Settle into that lunge. Take a deep breath in as we lift. And then exhaling, twisting out to the left. Right hand forward, left hand back. Breathing in. Right hand to the ground. Left hand up. We're swirling it around. Back to the floor. From there, all fours. And again, it's a flow. So knees are plank. Down. Up. And back. For rippling forward. Knees drop. Righty this time. Right foot forward. Lift the body. Hands rise. We want heights this time. Reach for the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, twisting to the right. Left hand forward, right hand back. From there, guiding left hand to the fourth. This little twisted lizard shape. Then swirling hand forward and down. Back. Knees or plank and flow. Down. Up and back. Taking one more breath wherever you are before we allow the knees to drop to the floor even, or fours. So we're not going straight to child's pose. What we are doing is a puppy pose. So the hands will walk forwards. We can allow the head, the chin, or maybe even the chest to sink to the floor. And when you're ready, allow the hands to push you back. Find that child's pose. And breathing in. Find your way to all fours. And rise, downward dog. Again, we want the feet to be as wide as the hips for allowing yourself to waddle the hands back. So, we're going for a twisted bind. Remember to soften the knees if this is murder on the hamstrings. So, first 2 fingers in the right hand around the left big toe. Big breath in, we're lifting left hand up. We're looking for length and heights, trying to take up as much space as possible. When you're ready, that breath will bring you down. Let the body hang. We'll move into the other side. First 2 fingers. Your left hand to the right big toe. Breathing in. Right hand lifts. And exhaling. Let's hang nice and heavy. Perhaps the hands want to come to the opposite elbow. Let's take a little. That next breath will release the hands and we ripple the body up. So really nice rounding to the vertebra. Get those belly muscles working. Fabulous. Again, good time for a drink. So we're going to start working into the standing section and the other stuff. So we're going to start with a little balance. Bring yourself to the front of your mat. I always say balance, let's see how this goes. So we work to a classic tree pose. Make sure your feet are underneath your body. I don't care if they're touching. We don't want feet together, we want steadiness no matter where they are. Feel the feet strong into the floor. Shift the weight onto that right foot. And then your next breath will bring your left foot either to your ankle, to the calf. If you really want to, we can wedge it into the thigh. Find a height in the body. Imagine that you're being pulled up by the crown of your head. Look to the distance and embrace the wall. It means it's working. From there, you're going to squeeze your backside to find some height and some opening through this. Beautiful. One more breath. Then with an inhale, release that left foot. Exhale, I'm going to step it back. Finding my way to a high lunge. Both knees bend as much as you want, really. It's up to you. Big breath in, hands left. That exhale draws the elbows back and down. Feel the tension between the shoulder blades. These little cactus arms. Beautiful. Keeping the arms here, we're going to take a breath in to straighten the legs. Good. From there, you may want to step the left foot slightly forward so we can ground the heel. Feeling the calf stretch. Hips square to the front of mats. It's a big breath into the belly. Soften the knees if it's too much, but with an exhale, we're going to push the hips back. Keep the arms working. Allow the body to lower. The length of the spine is key. I don't care how low you go. I care how much tension we're creating. One more breath. And then it's a deep inhale to left. And exhale to step forward. I'm going to give you a vinyasa if you wish. Go on to the other side. If not, just stay where you are. Lifting the hands, exhaling lower. Stepping back, find that plank. Lower how you wish, down. Up to a back bend. Rising to a downward dog. One breath. And then forward. Into that fold. Then lifting back to standing. Same thing, other side. Strong feet. Find the heights. Shift the weight over. And then when you're ready, the breath will bring your right foot either to the ankle, to the calf, or again, wedge it, we hope, maybe, into the thigh. Wherever it is, there will be pressure between that foot and leg. Look to the distance. Find the height as if you're being pulled by the crown of your head. Then squeeze that backside to open the hips. Breathing in and out. When you're ready, that next breath releases right foot. Exhale, step it back. We're finding a high lunge. So both knees bend. As much or as little as you wish. Hands lift with an inhale. That exhale draws the elbows back and down. We're working to open the chest by strengthening the back. Next breath will straighten the legs. Again, maybe that right leg steps forward so we can ground the heel. Hips still want to be square. Big breath in. That exhale is pushing the hips back as we lean the torso forward. Remember, softening the knees will help if it's too much. One more breath before a deep inhale to rise. And then exhale to step forward. We're not doing a full vinyasa, we're going to do a little half this time. So inhale, hands rise. Open wide, feel that chest lift before we exhale to fold. And then ripple up. Beautiful. From there, I'm going to work into your next deep. Breath brings your weight to the right foot. With an exhale, let's step the left foot back. So we're finding warrior two. What that means is right foot forward, left foot out at 90 degrees, and a bend into that right knee. I like your hips out to the side, your head in line with your chest and your pelvis. More common in forest yoga than it is vinyasa. We steal from all sorts, to be honest about it. Hands to shoulders. And what we want is, again, as much space as possible. That pull and reach and lift. Take 2 more breaths. Looking for that depth. When you're ready with that inhale, we're going to look to the right hand. Reach forward or exhaling up to the sky. On that reverse one. There's an inhale to draw forearm to thigh. Left hand's going to reach up. Feel a side angle. Keep that knee bent. Perhaps the hand's going to stay here. Maybe it wants to drop down to rest on the lower back. Or maybe even seat a little bit further, pulling that elbow and shoulder blade back. When you're ready, we're all going to look at the right foot. There's an inhale, make your way back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Step lefty, forward. This should give you kind of nicer hip movement. We're working into your triangle, Trikonasana. From here, there's a breath to reach right hand forward. Those left hips will pop back. You go as far as you can. We're going to swan dive down. So maybe it's hand to calf, hand to ankle, or maybe lower. So we've got one long line from fingers to fingers. We look to either thumb, whichever prefer, just to keep the spine nice and long. Beautiful. And when you're ready, we're all going to look to that right foot as we inhale to rise. Standing. And exhale, step forward. We're going to vinyasa to the side. So hands up. And down. Exhale. Back with an inhale. Down with an exhale. Lift and ripple back. And again, we're stepping forward. Big breath in as we rise. Standing tall. Other side. So we're shifting the weight onto left foot. Inhale, right foot steps back. Find that strong bend into the knee. Hips, body, and head to the side. Hands to shoulders. That sensation of trying to pull the body apart. Then again, it's an inhale to look to the left hand. Reaching forward before we exhale up to the sky. And then drawing forearm to thigh. Right hand's going to reach up to finish your side ankle. And again, maybe you want to stay here. Maybe it's going to come down, rest on the lower back. Or reach a little bit further, that pocket or thigh. My next breath makes us look to the left foot. As we inhale, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Step righty, forward. Try not to fall over. working into your triangle. So again, it's a reach forward, that front hand, the back hips are popping away. We go as far as we can, we dive down, hand to calf, ankle, or maybe down. That right hand's reaching up, and we look to either. And with that next breath, let's all look to the left foot as we inhale to rise, standing. From there, drop the hands and step forward. Half salutation this time, breathing in, lift. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, rising. Good, do one more little standing sequence. So there, breath pushes the weight onto the right foot. Stepping back. Good, we're finding your warrior two again. We know the movements. Just get into it. Bent knee, body wide. That next breath in, we're going to reverse the warrior, so forwards and then up. And then exhale. That inhale draws forearm to thigh. Perhaps the right hand goes up. Or maybe with your next breath, it wants to reach forward and overhead, taking that long stretch. Or you inhale to rise back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. From there, this is where things change. We're going to turn the feet so they're parallel. And then maybe slightly out, working till goddess. It's a big breath in. So we fill the belly, exhaling, knees bend, hips drop. Elbows get heavy and the hands face up to the sky. One more breath. Then with an inhale, we're going to rise to standing. Toes turn inwards. We're working to a prasarita, one of the wide-legged forward folds. Hands to hips. Fill the belly. With an exhale, we send the hips back, the body forward. Soften the knees if it's too much. We release the hands to the legs, or maybe the floor. When you're ready with a breath, bring some weight to the fingertips. Lengthen the arms, straighten the back. From there, turn your right foot to the top of the mat. Hands will walk you around. We're in a full lizard. Feel free to drop the knee if you wish, or keep it. From there, weight into left hand. It's an inhale. Right hand's lifting. Your twisted lizard. And then when you're ready with the breath, hand down. It's back to plank or knees and a vinyasa. Down, up, and back. One breath here. We'll soften the knees and step forwards into forward. Exhaling to let it go. Breathing in to rise. All the way to standing. So to the other side. Weights to left foot. And exhale, step you back. Warrior two. Good strong bend into the knee. Hands to shoulders. Reverse your warrior, breathing in, forward, exhaling up. The next breath draws forearm to thigh. Again, maybe that right hand's reaching up to the sky. Or with an exhale, it can go forward, overhead for that full side stretch. And breathing in, we're rippling back. Warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Turn it to meet the other one. We're going for a goddess. You can look at the back for a bit. So feet turning slightly out is generally nicer. Take a deep breath into the belly. With an exhale, knees drop. Knees drop, knees bend, hips drop. On that heaviness in the elbows, that lifting to the palms. And then there's one more breath in and out. Take an exhale to rise. Drawing the feet inwards, so slightly pigeon toe. Hands to the hips. Breathe to fill the belly. That exhale sends your hips back, your body forward. The hands can come to the tops or maybe the floor. One more breath. The next inhale is going to bring some weight to the fingertips as we lengthen the arms and the back. Left foot turns to the top of the mat. Hands walk around. Finding lizard. Again, remember that knee can drop if you wish. Weights to the right hand. Inhale. Left hand lifts. One more breath. Then we're slowing down. Stepping back and the vinyasa. Down, up, and back. Downward dog. From there, bring the knees to the floor. We're rippling back, finding child's pose. And next breath is going to bring you up. And we're going to pivot elegantly onto your backside. So if you've got particularly shitty hamstrings, you're welcome to grab a block or a cushion or even a chair. So what we want is we want legs long, fairly wide, about 90 degrees. We're looking for your sitting bones. I'm going to do a Janu Shasana. So right leg's going to stay long, left foot comes in to the thigh. From here, find the heights in the body, a big breath in to lift the hands up. Twist to that right leg and then exhale, reach forward. So maybe the calf, maybe the ankle, or maybe the foot. It does not matter. It's really about finding that intention to lengthen and slightly twist the body. So wherever you are, just look beyond the feet. That next breath will bring you up. Doing a little calf twist, I'm taking my right hand to my left thigh. And exhale to just take me further beyond. Back to center, to the side. So lefty goes on, right foot comes in. Again, like both sides aren't going to be equal. And if the legs don't fully meet, the legs don't fully meet. It's not the imperative thing. So again, we're sitting tall. Hands up as we breathe in. Twist. And exhale. Forward. And your next breath comes you up. For me, I like to cross your legs. I don't care how, I don't care which foot's forward, or even if they're not particularly crossed. So all I want is you to sit up tall, take a big breath in. With an exhale, we're going to lean forward. So we're rounding back. Maybe you don't go very far. Maybe you do. Doesn't really matter. And from here, there's breath in to lift. Extend the legs out. Another nice bit. We lie down. Take a breath or two just to settle the body. Enjoy the weight to the floor. When you're ready, bend the knees, bring the feet flat to the floor. Arms can drift out to the side. We're just going to take a little swish from side to side, working into the hips and retention in the lower back. When you're ready, we want the feet close to the butts, but maybe just a touch wider than the hips. Hands are going to go down to the floor. We're working into a bridge pose. So take a breath in to fill the belly. With an exhale, push the ground away with the hands and feet and lift the hips as high as we can go. Keep that pressure there with the upper arms as well as the hands. And then your next breath out allows the hips to lower. Left foot to right thigh, and then allow the legs to drift over to the left. Finding that stretch slightly through the front of the right. And we're going back up, changing legs, and then drifting over. And back. Pull the knees up into the body. Give them a big squeeze. And then exhale. Take a full body stretch. From there, we're going to pull right knee in, hold it with two hands, and allow the weight of the upper body to settle. With the next deep exhale, we're going to change sides. Then exhale, change again. And this time, you're going to take that left hand from the right thigh, the right knee, and then drag it across for a supine twist. And then we're back to center. Right knee's going long, left knee's coming up, and we're holding. And then drag it across, supine twist. And then we're lifting back. Bring both knees in. Give it a squeeze. With an exhale, just allow the body to settle. Find a position of comfort. We find your final pose in Shavasana. Allow the eyes to close down. The senses to soften. The breath. Allowing the breath to deepen, bring the body back into focus. With each breath, we bring more life to the body, maybe with a bend, twist, a stretch. When you're ready, choose a side, be left or right, and roll onto it. And from there, find a comfortable seated position. Enjoy the slowness of the mind and the heaviness of the body. And thank you for your time with me today. Thank you for taking the time to practice. We say namaste, and we wish you a good day.